Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? It's a pleasure having you guys here. How are you all doing today? If you can hear me, kindly reply in the chat section and let me know that the audio is good to go. You can see the screen and we are live and ready to give you the necessary information. Right? Live and ready to give you the necessary information. And today we are going to be discussing Q&A. Today is our Q&A session where we're going to be asking and answering questions from you. I'll also be asking questions as well to find out more about you, more about your trading and all. Once again, it's a pleasure having you guys here. If you can hear me, kindly reply by commenting in the chat section. Kindly reply by commenting in the chat section. Let's get feedback from you. Okay, thank you, Nat Chapman. Thank you. You said, yes, everything is good. Okay, and seeing some other comments, but I'm not really understanding what you are saying. Ovio Nicholas, you said, nice class, but we haven't even started the class yet, so not really sure. Paula Harriman said, yes, I can hear you clearly. Thank you, Paula. Thank you. Now that we've gotten the audio and visual check out of the way, I believe we can proceed accordingly. So it's a pleasure having you guys here. My name remains Tolu, T-O-L-U, and of course, I'm representing CSA Forex, Common Sense Approach to Forex Trading, and that's the name of my academy. And we are here either on my YouTube live, streaming on the YouTube live platform, or we are here via the Trading Live platform as well. Right? So it's a pleasure having you guys here again. I can see some comments, questions coming in already. No problem, we would attend to you. Today is our Q&A session. Sarah Ralph is saying, please, can you do analysis on gold? Yes, sure, we can. We can do analysis on gold. But don't forget, today is our Q&A, and I would also be asking questions. Apart from you asking questions, I would also be asking questions as well. First question I have for you guys is easy. I would like to know those that are new and those that are struggling. That is the first question I have from you. While I attend to Sarah Ralph's question on analysis on gold, I would like to know those that are new and those that are struggling. Kindly give us your reply in the comment section. Today is going to be slightly different. I want to use this to do a sort of consultation, right? While I switch over to gold, and this is gold over here. I want us to do a sort of consultation for you guys. Consultation with respect to, let's find out the issues you are having and all. But first of all, I want to know those that are new and those that are struggling. Okay, so if you look at what we have in front of us quickly while I wait for your answers, this is gold. And one thing I'll say, this week was a big mess. The dollar was a big mess. And if you look at gold, we talked about this area sometime this week, I believe Tuesday or Wednesday, where we said it was in the middle and you were either going to buy here or sell here. And then it got here, and if you look at the wicks, the candle wicks here was showing news. There was a lot of volatility in the market when it got to this area of buy, and then it pushed up and it got to this place and then it broke out of it. We're expecting it to get here for a sell. But look at what happened. We had these big candles. If you remember, the big candles were from the news that came out for the dollar. And the news that came out for the dollar, they were the ones that came out on Thursday, yesterday, the GDP and also the unemployment claims, and they were positive for the dollar. And that's why I said that this week has been a bit crazy. The market has been all over the place. And the market, with these big candles that you can see here, this other one, it also sliced through this area of support, broke it, and then it's back inside. So for me personally, Fridays, if you know already, or if you don't know, I don't trade Fridays. But looking at this gold, one thing I like to see is this area act as support and then push higher. This area acts as support and push higher. So I'll put S here for support. But don't forget, the market is beginning to look rather dirty from this angle, especially from the H1. So I'll need more clarity. But if you want to do anything on this chart, this is the area to buy, or wait for, as you can see, it's coming down, is more or less in that area again. Wait for your trigger. Your trigger could easily be a hammer or an engulfing, a pin bar, bullish that is for you to buy. And if you're looking forward to selling on this gold, this is the area to sell, this area of resistance. Wait for the market to get here. As I always say, I will show you the area to buy and then the area to sell. Then it is up to you to decide on what you want to do. I'm not going to be staring you and tell you buy or sell. What I'm going to be doing, because this is strictly for educational purposes, to show you the two angles, and then you decide on what you want to do. So that is gold XAUSD from the hourly time frame. Okay, so we asked a question, but then nobody answered. I remember we said that this is meant to be a Q&A session, and I would also be asking questions, right? Now look at it this way: you ask a question, or you're asking questions, I'm answering. But I ask a question and nobody is answering. Interesting. What does that mean? That means that probably you guys only want to ask questions and you want me to answer alone. Interesting. I always say that this platform is free. It's a platform where we come to share ideas. We come to share ideas so that we can grow. Apart from me being the only person talking, I also want to grow. And the only way, I repeat, the only way we can grow, the only way we can improve on this business of trading is by asking questions. And that's why you're asking questions. And that's why I'm also asking questions as well. I'm conducting surveys. I conduct surveys polls from time to time. That's why I tend to ask questions. Now, it is my belief that we normally have more of new and struggling traders on any webinar. And that's why I was hoping I'll get some answer, but nobody answered me. No problem. If you have any question, feel free to ask. This session will not be a long one, by the way. It's 6 minutes after 6 a.m. where I am. I'm in Pacific time in Canada, British Columbia, to be precise. And today is Friday. I don't trade Fridays, but Friday is more or less my day to relax and then to do revision in the market. So if you have any question, feel free to ask. Let us also know the issues, the challenges that you are having in the business. Is it issue of placing stop loss? Is it issue of interpreting the news, the fundamental analysis, either from the calendar, from First Factory or any other place? Is it issues of technical analysis, how to draw your support, your resistance, or how to draw your supply, your demand? Or is it issues with risk management, how to calculate your volume, lot size based on your own account balance? Because it is based on your own account balance and not the other person's account balance. Or is it issues with your emotions? I know for a fact that that was one of the things I used to struggle back then. I used to struggle with emotions with respect to being angry, being too happy when I'm making money, being angry when I'm losing, and my emotions were always all over the place. And of course, that emotions, being able to work on your psychology. How do you work on your psychology? Lots of traders have heard about the trading psychology, but they don't know how to use it to their own advantage. They don't know how to control their emotions. And this is a big thing. You could have, quote unquote, you would have a very, very good or the best strategy. Of course, you know there's no best strategy, but I'm putting it in quote. You could have the best of the best strategy, but it might not work for you simply because of your emotions. It might be working for others, but not for you. So you need to know how to go about these things. Okay. So Luke said I don't trade on Fridays. Okay, good. Gabriel Horn said yesterday the movement on dollar wasn't expected. Can you help check if there were signs? Yesterday, the news on the dollar was as it respects to the GDP. I'm going to show you now. I'm going to first of all switch over to the dollar. This is the dollar over here, right? And if I'm not mistaken, this is the movement that you're talking about, this one and this one. And I see the dollar, this is the DXY, the DXY from the hourly time frame, and then the dollar was bullish, right? Dollar was up. Because the dollar was up on Thursday, you're asking that where did it come from? I'm going to switch over to the calendar now to show you. This is the calendar over here. So from the calendar, I'm going to show you this quickly. Thursday, yesterday, right? Thursday, yesterday, we had news that came out for the US dollar at 1:30 p.m. UK time, and they are both green, which is positive, meaning that you're supposed to be buying the US dollar. Buying the US dollar. So this was the news that made it to skyrocket in that manner. One thing you need to understand is that whenever you have very big candles in the market, nobody needs to tell you. You should know that they were based on news. And the news could either be scheduled news or breaking news. You can see that what we have on the screen is scheduled because it was scheduled for 1:30 p.m. UK time yesterday. So maybe you missed out on that, Gabriel Hunt, right? And that's why we're asking what issues you are having and all, if you are new, if you are struggling, but nobody seems to be answering. Or if you don't answer, then there's really no way that I can help you guys out. As I asked, new or struggling is to know those that do not have any knowledge whatsoever, and I can steer you in the right direction, that you can get the foundation of how to trade, at least how to use the software, how to analyze the market. And trust me, if you are even new, I always say this, if you are new, you are in a better position than a lot of struggling traders here. Why? Because you do not have any information in you. A lot of struggling traders have too much information because when they are making money, they're happy using this information, this strategy. But the moment they start losing, they rush to another strategy. So they have the information of the previous strategy, the new strategy, and by the time they keep on using too many strategies, trying too many different ways to trade, they have too many information, and then it ends up doing what? Ends up at times turning into analysis paralysis. But you as a newbie, you more or less have zero information, and it will be good for us to steer you in the right direction. Okay? Jordan Brown said, for me, it is getting scared after taking a loss in a trade. Okay, Jordan, let me ask you this question so you can quickly reply. Your losses, are they big losses or small losses? Jordan Brown said, for me, it is getting scared after taking a loss in a trade. So with respect to your account balance, answer this question, please. Are the losses big or are the losses small? When you have a loss, is it a big loss or a small loss with respect to your account balance? And if anybody wants to join me live, meaning that apart from hearing my own voice, if anybody wants to talk, let me know. You can join me on Zoom and I'll give you access and we'll talk in front of everybody. We have done that before. I want to do it again today if anybody is interested in that. So let me know. Just type yes, you'd like to join me on the Zoom. You'd like to ask a question live or anyhow you want to put it. And then I'll drop my Instagram handle, right? So you send me the message there, and then I'll give you the link to the Zoom. The link to the Zoom is not for everybody. Everybody, you are here either on the YouTube live, the streaming, or you are here on the Trading Live platform streaming as well. So the Zoom is not for everybody. If you want to ask a question, let me know and I'll give you access to it. Okay, so Jonah, answer the question. I'll scroll down quickly and see whether your question or your reply is there, then I can answer it further. Scott Campbell, psychology is very important for every trader. Yes, it is. I short said I'm tired. It just says that all my learning doesn't work. What exactly is wrong? Now, if all your learning doesn't work, right, I could simply say, are you learning the proper thing? Are you practicing the proper thing? Are you keeping records of what you are doing, of what works, what doesn't work? And that's why today's Q&A session is strictly consultation. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be doing more consultation because I have noticed that whenever we have analysis sessions, a lot of traders do not make use of it because they do not even understand it, or they are afraid, as somebody said earlier, like Jordan said earlier, getting scared after taking a loss, right? So, Kai Short, say you are tired, since all your learning doesn't work. What exactly have you learned? How long have you practiced it? I asked earlier, are you guys new or struggling? When you say new simply means you're a baby. And when you say struggling, you've been doing this for maybe a few months, even maybe a few years. So what category do you fall under, Kai Short? Let me continue with the remaining comments. Today is strictly for the comments, so I'm in tune with your comments as they're coming in fresh. And Tana Thornton said, yeah, it was confusing for me yesterday. Exactly, that was the dollar. And the dollar was crazy yesterday. You can see from the news. And if you check the charts, it's all over the place. That is the dollar, at least for this week. Next week, we're hoping it to be clearer, and then we have better movement. But Carrie said, but Wednesday, we had a bearish news on the dollar, which means the price was going down. That was yesterday. If you look at the dollar as a whole, from Monday to Friday, it is sideways. It is a ranging market. Look at only the market from Monday to Friday. It is sideways. You can see that your Wednesday, remember Wednesday, we had a major news that came out at 7:30, 7 p.m. UK time, and that was the FOMC, right? So probably that's the news you're talking about. So that was on Wednesday, which was bearish, and then Thursday, which was bullish. The market was all over the place for the dollar. Okay, Leslie said, yeah, the news was very bullish yesterday. Bailey, how do I add fundamental analysis to my trading to make it better? Simple. You need to understand the news, and the news is what we have right in front of us. And this news, I normally use a class to explain the news thoroughly. So I won't be able to explain this news in depth for you to understand, but I could try to do a summary for you. Whenever you have the actual, right, I'll just rush this because of time as well. Whenever you have the actual, this here is the actual, you have the actual here, you have the forecast, and then you have the previous. So we're after the actual. If you have the actual as red, red means sell, and you're selling this currency against another one. So you're selling the US dollar. Whenever you have it as green, then you are buying. You can see red again, red is sell. Black is neutral. You're not buying or selling. Red is sell, black is neutral, green is buy, and so on. So that's how to quickly interpret it. I just interpreted it in 2 seconds, and I can go a bit in depth, but this is not the time for it. If you're interested in going in depth, let me know. As I always say, I have boot camps, I have training sessions. You can always attend and learn even further. Okay, more comments. Jamie Sharp said, I have been learning how to trade for 3 years and I am not profitable yet. Thank you, Jamie Sharp, for telling us that information, because you have automatically told me that you are a struggling trader and not a new trader. You have been struggling for 3 years. Jamie, let me know what exactly you struggle with. Let me know. I'm going to break down the business to you guys now. I'm going to break it down to the main areas that you need to learn, right? So you guys can write it down, or let me write it down on the screen. I have some more comments coming in, so I have to be fast in answering this aspect. I'm going to quickly write the main areas that you guys need to learn. The first thing you need to learn, funny enough, you need to learn how to use the software, whether it's the MT4 or the MT5. That's the first major thing you need to learn, how to use it to open, close, and modify trades. But if you don't know how to, then how can you place trades if you have information, if you have your analysis? The next thing is the market analysis, MKT, market, ANA, market analysis. Sorry, I can't write everything. I'm a bit slow, but let me just try. Market analysis. Market analysis. Market analysis comprises of the fundamentals, this one that we have in front of us here. Fundamentals is broken into schedule and breaking. So you have the market analysis for fundamentals and market analysis for technicals. Technicals is where we talk about the price action, support and resistance based on the chart. And the next thing you need to know is your risk management, how to manage your risk. Risk management is very, very important, because this is what Jordan faces whenever he has a loss, and then he said he's scared after. If the loss is big, then your risk management is poor. If the loss is small, then you should not be afraid. I don't know whether he has replied my comment, but I'm going to check again as I continue to scroll down your comments. After risk management, you need to understand psychology. Now, this psychology has to do with how to control your emotions, and what can help you to control your emotions is having a trading plan. Let me try to write them. I might not be able to write them all. Having a trading plan, having a journal, then on knowing how to manage your trades, trade management, how to manage your trades, right? So these things are very, very important. These are the things that you need to learn in order to become a better trader. So let me know the areas where you're struggling with. And guys, as we're having this Q&A consultation, if you want a consultation, one-on-one consultation, let me know. I can give you my Instagram handle, chat me up, and then we can meet up on Zoom. Today is Friday. I don't trade Fridays, and the time is just after 2 p.m. UK time, and it's just after 6 a.m. British Columbia time and Pacific time. And we can get into it and discuss your trading. We can have a one-on-one consultation today. My time is still in the morning, just after 6 a.m. We can discuss your trading. So thank you, Jamie, for telling me that you've been doing this for 3 years and you are not profitable yet. That means that a lot of things are wrong. You need to let me know more. I want to know which area. That's why I give you the list, MT4 market analysis, risk management. Let me know which area you're having issues. Danny White said having too much strategy might affect your trading. Exactly. It will affect your trading if you have too many strategies. And that's why I always say stick to one strategy. No strategy is 100%. Jordan Bailey said, I use the 2% risk rule. Okay, great. So if you use 2% risk of your account balance, right? 2% of your account balance and you are having losses. I hope you use stop loss as well. But if you're not using stop loss, your 2% is not 2%. Because if you're using an account balance of $100 as an example, and you lose $10, that $10 is no more 2%. Is now what? Is now 10%. That means that probably you didn't use stop loss or something. So I need more information from you, Jordan, because if you're having losses, I would advise you to do this. If you're having losses and you are scared, first things first, reduce your risk. There is no solid rule that says everybody must use 2%. At times I use 2%, at times I use 1%. Depending on the trade, depending on the feeling I'm having and so on, I use smaller risk. So as you're having losses, why not reduce your risk? Why not even, if your account balance is $1,000 or $10,000, why not use 0.01? That is micro lot size, the smallest lot size, because it is the losses that is affecting you. So if you can reduce the losses to the barest minimum, then it won't affect you, right? Even though your profit will be small, but you need to ensure, number one, that you protect your account. Because if you don't have any money in your account, then you cannot make money. So account protection is number one. So I would advise, number one, Jordan, reduce your risk to the barest minimum and then continue trading. Because if you're having losses, then you have worked on the risk management aspect, then probably your analysis is false, then you need to work on that as well. Okay, Finley said, oh, really? That is interesting. Okay, then Colin said, how do I combine trading with my day-to-day job? Good question. I love these questions. I'm seeing more comments from you guys, which is good. I hope I will be able to quickly attend to all of them. So how do you combine trading with your day-to-day job? This is what I normally advise people. You need to know the type of trader that you are with respect to your personality. So if you are doing day job, if you are doing the 9 to 5, quote unquote, 9 to 5 is how many hours? That's 8 hours. I would advise you to switch to maybe 4 hours time frame. When you switch like the 4, I'll give you an example so you know how to play around with this. When you use the 4 hours time frame, how many times do you think you need to check the market? Every 4 hours, right? Every 4 hours. That means that you only check the market just twice while you're at work. And you can check it probably on a pee break or probably on your lunch, right? I'm sure during your work hours, you tend to check your phone, right? Depending on the work that you do, though, you tend to check your phone. And if you don't check your phone, you don't have to check your phone to check the market, then switch to the daily time frame. For the daily time frame, you're going to be checking the market once a day. So you should be able to create time once a day to check the market. But most traders, they come in and then they want to scalp and you're doing the 9 to 5, you will not have time. So work on your time frame, work on how you look at the market, and then it will not affect your 9 to 5 and you are still trading. I hope you understand that, Colin Whitley. If you need more clarification, let me know. You can join me on a one-on-one Zoom session and I'll break it down some more to you. Because of time, I have too many comments here. Gerardo Cooper, I can't overemphasize the importance of risk management for all traders. Yes, indeed, you said that. Thank you. Keegan Noah, so this is a good development for us. What good development? Let me know. Is it the conversation that we are having? If that's what you're talking about, let me know so that I can do more of it, because it is what works for a lot of us, is what you can take advantage of that will continue to work on the more. So let me know if that's what you're talking about. Kai Short said the dollar have been moving in a range. Yes, it has for this week. Sarah said, yeah, the FOMC news on Wednesday. Yes, okay. Sana said, you need to know when to trade the news and when you sit it out. Okay, I don't trade the news. Most times I sit it out. Only if I'm already in a trade, then I'll just watch it and then try to manage my trades accordingly. Brett Carey said, I will look into this. Oh, can't remember what I said. I'm not trying to keep up with your comments quickly. Cameron, thank you for this session. Okay. Bailey said there are a lot of struggling traders here. Bailey Williamson is speaking for everybody. That means that Bailey is struggling. I was just trying to do more or less like a poll, right? More or less like a to find out how many people. But so by the time I see struggling over new, then I know they are more struggling than new. Okay. Dennis said, yeah, I need to write this down. Can't remember what I said, but thank you. If you guys are writing things down, good for you. Write it down and implement them. If you want to have a one-on-one consultation with me, let me know. And you can hop on a consultation session with me for free, obviously. And we'll talk more about the issues that you are having. We'll talk more about the issues that you are having. Let me know. I'll drop my Instagram. But let me continue with the comments that I have over here. Okay, psychology is very important too. Yes, indeed, we mentioned that. Yeah, risk management is very important. Good. I can see you guys are also agreeing with the things that we said. It's very important, and that's why we have it on the screen, the list of the things that we all need to work on. Samantha said, yeah, there's a lot to learn as a trader. Yes, there's a lot to learn, and if you want, you can join me in my next session. I'm having a 5 days exclusive training where I'll break down all of these things that you have on the screen, from the MT4 market analysis all the way down to how to manage your trades, trading goal, and so on. And that will be coming up next month on the 21st of August. So you have time to sign up, time to sit for it, time to join us. Okay. What can help me to control my emotions is the whip and candy. Okay. If that is what helps you to control your emotions, Adam Nelson, then good. That means that your trading is figured out already. Okay. Okay, Patience Williamson said, I think I would love to get your Instagram handle so we can talk. Okay, I'm going to drop my Instagram handle now. I have dropped it. I'm not getting to your comments, so sorry if the answer is coming, my reply is coming a bit late. I have so many comments coming in now. Michael Henrietta said, hold on 6 a.m. in the morning, Friday or Saturday. 6 a.m. in the morning on Friday. If you check your world clock for BC, British Columbia time, then you'll be able to see that now it is 27 minutes after 6 a.m. 27 minutes after 6 a.m. my time here, Pacific time. So you can use your world clock. If you have an iPhone, check your world clock or just Google it on the browser and then you'll see. Okay. Catalina said, yeah, it takes time to become a profitable trader. Yes, it does. Okay, Coral said the too much strategy is the annoying part. So if you know too much strategy is the annoying part, then what you need to do is do not use too much strategy. Just use one or two, right? One or two strategy. Okay. So let me go over your remaining comments quickly. Go over your remaining comments. Where are your remaining comments? Okay, great. Sorry, I switched the tabs from my end. Okay, Jessica said, yeah, this is very important. So how do we then, Rod now said, how do we then trade with the $100 account? With $100 account, for now, I would always advise use 0.01. Use 0.01. Very, very key, very important. You use 0.01. You are not after the money. Do not be after the money at the very beginning. I repeat, do not be after the money. Right? Do not be after the money at the very beginning. Be after protecting your money. Okay? Do not be after the money, but rather be after protecting your account. So when you start with $100 for now, I would advise you use 0.01 and do not take too many trades. Try to understand yourself as a trader and you can keep on adding more money to it. But do not trade $100 like it's 1 million and increase your volume to like one standard. It won't go well, right? So for $100, limit yourself to 0.01 and do not take too many trades. Okay. Caitlin said maybe you should take the time off. Well, not necessarily, but taking the time off and you come back, at times it could be like you're starting again from the beginning. So you need to start, or rather you need to continue, but this time around slower. Okay, Sarah said, thank you for the session. Thank you for joining. Bob said, yeah, I only have a maximum lot size. I don't have a minimum, but you need to have a minimum. And that's what I always say, no matter what the account balance is, I do this as an exercise for those that join me on my mentorship sessions. I always say, why not use the smallest lot size, 0.01, and see how that works for you based on your emotions. Because it's your emotions that would affect you no matter what. And if you're trading $100 or you're trading 1,000 or you're trading 1 million, if your emotions is not in the right place, trust me, that account is still going to go down, whether you like it or not. Okay. So, also I said, I think the job is actually what's more important. Yeah, your 9 to 5 is important because that's what's going to help pay the bills, rent, groceries, and so on. But then your trading is what is going to give you that financial freedom. And that's what you're after at the end of the day. You must strike a balance between the two. And that's why I said, move higher to time frames, 4 hours time frame, daily time frame, depending on your availability. Me, I normally use 1 hour time frame, right? 1 hour time frame, and I don't need to check the market every 1 hour. It's only when there's something around the corner. As a matter of fact, because I use 1 hour time frame, what I do now on my chart, I set price alert. Because I set price alert, when the price gets to where I'm interested in, then it alerts me. So I might not check the market for hours. Yes, I might not check the market for hours. So you don't need to stay at the market. Switch to a better time frame, depending on the time frame that you're using, switch to a higher one. So your mind, while working, is not heavily on the trading business. Okay. Beck said, I had this question before I decided to become a swing trader. Aha. You can see Beck said before became a swing trader. Swing trader means that you're going higher in time frame. So you can see Beck Dylan is now on the right path, and your 9 to 5 should not be heavily affected, right? This business, let me tell you guys this, if you don't know, trading is meant to be active. I'm sorry, meant to be passive and not active. Meaning that for passive, you're not meant to be staring at the market. You're not meant to be in front of your system throughout. This is something that lots of people are doing, which is wrong. Rachel said, I mostly use the minimum of 1 day to 4 hours. Good. Ashley said, yeah, that's more relatable than having to check it every hour. Exactly. So you guys can see this session we're having today. I hope you guys are benefiting from the questions from others and then the answers that we're all giving together, because I'm giving the answer and I'm reading you guys' answer, which is more or less the same. So if you guys want to have like a consultation with me, one-on-one, let me know. We can hop on a Zoom call. Just send me a message on Instagram. Today, as I said, is in the morning for me. So I'm just starting my day. So even if it's night for you, you can still hop on a call with me today. Today, at least. Lillian said, I think the daily time zone is much better and you can have a breathing space. Yes, it is. For some people, they might say it is a bit slow, but it will give you good breathing space at the end of the day. Okay, good. More comments. Let me see. Yeah, only use what's working for you from Janice. Okay. Yeah, it's all right. No need to read. I'm not reading William Spender. Don't worry, I'm not reading every comment. I just read yours because you said I should not read every comment. I'm not reading every comment. I'm trying to actually look for questions, because the questions for today consultation or any comment that really catches my attention. So guys, if I don't read your comment, apologies in advance. You can always chat me up. You can always chat me up. Yeah, would love to watch it. Ansel, watch what? I'm not really sure what you mean. Let me see. Yeah, Vita, 6 a.m. here, my time. And you said 3 p.m. your own time. Yeah, exactly. If you travel, you'll be going back in time. Yes, it happens when I travel. And as I said, let me give you guys an example. By this time next week, I'm going to be in the UK. I'm going to be in London area. So if anybody's around, you can always hop on a call. or we can always meet in person. I'm going to be moving around London. I should be in Hertfordshire, I should be in Sheffield area. So, well, basically, I'll be majorly in London for about 2 weeks. So if anybody is there, can always hit me up and we can meet in person and have maybe like a coffee and then discuss the business, just rub minds. So I'll be going more or less back in time, right? Or maybe I should say forward in time rather, because it's about 2:34 p.m. in the UK now. And then for me, it is 6:34 a.m. So I am behind more or less. So I'll be going forward when I travel. Okay, let me see some other comments. Needs some reading. Spencer said, even if we use 0.01, then we would have to risk about $10. If you're using 0.01 and you are risking $10, that means that your stop loss is about 100 pips. Your stop loss is about 100 pips. So if your stop loss is 100 pips, then that means that you are using higher time frames, maybe like 4 hours daily. If you fall into that place and it's $10, then I would advise you to top up your account, right? Top up your account. Or worst case, come down to 4 hours. If you come down to 4 hours, depending on the instrument as well, depending on the instrument, because the instrument also depends on your stop loss size. You cannot be comparing the stop loss on Euro USD, maybe the daily time frame for Euro USD with gold daily time frame. You cannot. Gold will obviously be higher. So it depends on the instrument as well. So you might need to look into the instrument that you're using as well. Okay. Bush, sorry, Yovis Bush, I pronounce your name well. You say, yeah, I think the capital size and lot determines the emotions. Yes, it works on the emotions as well. That's why I use 0.01. And when you use 0.01, you see how your emotions will get better, right? You will not be angry, you will not be crazily scared or sad or whatever as well. Okay, just trying to breeze through comments, looking for any specific one for me to quickly, excuse me, focus on. Layla Cromwell said, yeah, I think if you have a job, then you should be using the daily time zones. Yeah, if you have a job, well, you can use, truth be told, if you have a job, I would advise not to go below 1 hour. Depending on how tedious your job is, you can increase it, but don't go below 1 hour. And that's why I like 1 hour. Even though this is my job, right? 1 hour is always good. 4 hours is always good. Daily, it's always good. 1 hour, you don't need to check the market onto every 1 hour at the close of the 1 hour. 4 hours, you need to check the market onto the close of 4 hours. How many 4 hours candles do we have in a day? How many 4 hours do we have in a day? 6. And probably 2 of them you'll be sleeping. So it remains 4. So that means that 4 is what you need to check in a day. So that means that you're checking 1 to 4, minimum of 1 or 4. That means that it's very possible that in a particular day, while at work, you don't need to check the market because there's nothing for you. And you can set alarm. There are ways they can even set an alarm that will send an email to you or even send SMS to you. So you don't need to check. You conduct your analysis, set your parameters, set your price alert like your alarm. And when the price gets there, it's alerts you, and then you check on it. So there are ways to trade in a very nice and passive way that will not cause emotional imbalance, because the more you stay at the market, you're going to do something that you're not supposed to. You're going to mess with that trade, and then it will work on your emotions negatively. And some traders, when they have losses, the trade now ends up going in their way simply because they messed with it. They did something they were not supposed to. Or if you were not watching it, you wouldn't have touched it. Anyway, you know yourselves, you know your issues, you know what you are facing. I'm just here to give you some assistance. And that's why we're having this Q&A consultation session, right? So if you want to do this consultation further, maybe like on a one-on-one, hit me up on Instagram. I have dropped my Instagram handle and I'll drop it again so you can chat me up and you can hit me up and then we'll have a discussion, just the two of us. We have a lot of people here. I think I'm almost at the bottom of the comment section now. And if no more comments, no more questions, then I would as well call it today and go and relax. Solomon said, yeah, setting price alerts would work when you've planned everything. Exactly. Let me see. Dempsey Eden said, yeah, Swing trading is more easier and you can compound. Yes, a lot of people do not understand compounding. Compounding is something I explained during risk management. Compounding is very important for traders, but traders are not even compounding, right? Being patient said, tell that to those scalpers that think they have to analyze, stare at the screen. Exactly. Scalpers, you heard what patience said. Being patient is talking to you, right? So you need to what? You need to slow down and do what? Don't scalp. Scalping is not for everybody. Make sure that trading, whatever trader you are, it fits your lifestyle, right? You cannot be doing 9 to 5, being busy, and then you are trying to trade as a scalper. You probably grow gray hair very fast, right? We should not be. Okay, Deborah said, yeah, some of the audience are already answering each other's question. Yes, exactly. And that's one thing I always like. That's why whenever we have like a session like this, like in a boot camp, I'm having boot camp, we're rounding up shortly in 1 week. I'm having a boot camp now. For those that are there, I love the fact that whenever we have a boot camp where we have like a limited number of people, like a small number of people, when they join the boot camp for like 3 weeks boot camp, or whatever the duration of the boot camp is, apart from me answering, so people normally answer questions on the Telegram group. Because apart from we having sessions like this, we also have a Telegram group where we also assist ourselves further. When people ask questions, those that know the answer, they know it, or those that learned it earlier, they answer. And then you also have the recordings from the sessions that we've had. You can always go back, watch this, and then you see a lot of traders improving very fast, right? And as traders are improving in a small group, it's like you have a small community, a small family, small friends in that corner. And then before you know it, people are growing together. As we are growing together over here, but then it's a small community. So the smaller, the better. And that's what I always tell people, right? We are all here to learn. And that's why I'm also asking questions. And that's why I said, this is more or less a consultation. So I think I'll be doing more of this. Guys, let me know whether this consultation, this way of conducting this Q&A or sessions is a good one to help a lot of people. Because trust me, people are having the same problem every day. As you are a trader trying to trade every day, it's the same problem you're having every day. Every day, you are having more of losses than winners. So if you feel that this is a good one, let me know and I'll do more of this. I think I'm at the bottom now of the comments. And if no more questions, then I'll call it a day. Cora says slow is only when the pair isn't volatile. Exactly. So that means that you need to still check on the fundamentals. We talked about the fundamentals. The fundamental is what is in front of you. When you have high impact news like this, right? Like if you look at the dollar USD, we have one for 3 p.m. at the bottom, 1500 hours. That's in the next 18 minutes. So you could still have volatility, right? So whatever you are trading for the major currency pairs, expect volatility. So it's not going to be slow anymore. Thank you, Cora. Okay. Wally said the GBP, JPY, GBP USD, and Euro USD aren't slow on any time zone. Well, you could say that. It depends on how you look at them. Because comparing these ones that you mentioned, especially Euro USD and GBP USD to gold, you can't compare it to gold. The GBP JPY, back then, years ago, I don't know how long you guys have been trading for. The GBP JPY, it earned the nickname the Beast because it was a beast back then. So it was a beast back then while I used to trade it. So it earned the nickname the Beast. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that, whether you've been trading for like more than 5 years, 5 to 10 years, thereabout. It was nicknamed the Beast. But it's no more the Beast, is not as crazy as it used to be, right? So gold, no matter what, whether gold is volatile or not volatile, it moves well. Okay. And Trista Keppel said, yeah, I enjoy these live streams to end the day. Okay, thank you. Zenobia said, I wonder how the pilot fell. Do they still have concept of time? I'm not sure whether I said anything about that. I wonder how the pilot fell. Do they still have concept of time? Okay, not really sure, Zenobia, what you're saying. Okay, Dr. Lin said, I'm on your side. On your side with respect to what? Okay, not really sure. Okay, guys, I can't really see any other question from you guys. So I'm going to be calling it a day now. And if anything pops up, I can still attend to it. So I want to say thank you for joining me, guys. It has indeed been a good one. And I want to say thank you for this session that you have joined me on, right? And as we are rounding up now, I want to say trade safely. You still have news coming out in a few minutes, 16 minutes thereabout from now for the US dollar. But be careful, if you didn't really get trades this week, do not sweat it next week. There are also more opportunities in the market. And then, of course, use your stop loss appropriately on your charts. Calculate your risk appropriately. Your volume, your lot size must be in the right proportion based on your account balance. Very key, very, very important. And of course, if you want to join me on any session to discuss anything, right, chat me up on Instagram. You have a quick consultation, one-on-one consultation, and then we can chit-chat about the market, chit-chat about the business, chit-chat about the issues that you are having and so on, and see how we can help you out. So thank you guys for joining me. It has indeed been a good one. Enjoy your weekend, get some rest, use some time to review the market as well, and then we will see you next week. Goodbye, guys, and hopefully get to hear from you. And if anybody is interested in joining the class I'm going to be having in August, on the 25th of August, you can sign up now. I'll just drop the link quickly for you as well. So that is the link over there, the last link over there, and you can see cscfirst.com/class. That's the link. You can check the link, read it up, and sign up. It's going to be 5 days training, and we're going to talk about everything from the MT4, market analysis, risk management, psychology, how to develop a trading plan, trading journal, and implement them, how to control your emotions, and so on. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of the day, and goodbye for now.